You can still buy a house in the United States for less than the price of a used sedan. Not a cardboard box, and no, this isn't a Craigslist scam or a property haunted by 17 disclaimers. It's real, it's happening, and most modern homebuyers are completely looking right past it. While the rest of the country is choking on six-figure mortgages, there are pockets of Ohio quietly offering homes so cheap it feels like a glitch in the matrix. But hear what nobody tells you. There is always a twist. One town on this list has an entire tourism industry built around a Gothic prison. Another offers lakeside views where the winters will make you question your life choices. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video so the algorithm thinks I'm important. And subscribe because someday you'll want to escape your current rent hell. By the end of this video, you'll either be packing your bags for the Buckeye State or second-guessing why anyone would live anywhere else. Let's dive in. Coming in at number 7 is East Liverpool. You can buy a full 3-bedroom house here for less than a 2015 Ford Focus. Let that sink in. Nestled right on the Ohio River, practically rubbing shoulders with Pennsylvania and West Virginia, East Liverpool has a population of just under 10,000. On the surface, it's historic brick buildings, rolling river hills, and real estate prices that make agents in California burst into tears. It was once the pottery capital of the world, supplying over half of the nation's ceramics. But cheap always comes with fine print. When the pottery industry dried up, the economy flatlined. The local job market isn't exactly booming, and unless you remote work, options are limited. One local Reddit user put it best, saying that living in East Liverpool is like time traveling to 1985, except the local factories are closed and the potholes have their own zip codes. The traffic laws here feel more like gentle suggestions. People treat stop signs like a yellow light, and I swear half the trucks on the road have a permanent turn signal blinking for no reason. Picture this, it's 6:00 a.m. The river mist is heavy over the water. You step outside your $45,000 Victorian home, breathe in the crisp autumn air, and immediately have to swerve around a rogue garbage can rolling down a hill. Welcome to East Liverpool. Would you live in a historic pottery town if your mortgage was cheaper than a Netflix subscription? Let the comments fight it. Out at number 6 is Steubenville. In Steubenville, Ohio, the average home costs less than a high-end commercial espresso machine and comes with more mid-century history than your grandpa's attic. Known as the City of Murals, Steubenville sits right on the edge of the Ohio River. It's famously the hometown of Dean Martin, and high school football here is basically a state-sanctioned religion. The town has a gritty, old-school blue-collar charm with local bakeries and porch culture. The twist: the steel industry took a massive hit decades ago, and the population has been slowly sliding backward. The median household income hovers around $40,000, and downtown can feel a bit quiet on a Friday night. Another local shared online that Steubenville is where time stands still, and so does the local Wi-Fi, but hey, the mortgage is fully paid off. You want fancy coffee? Your options are basically a local gas station or making peace with standard black drip. Picture this. You step outside to the distant sound of a high school marching band practicing down the street. A neighbor waves from a vintage lawn chair. It's incredibly peaceful, right up until you try to download a movie and realize the internet speed is still figuring out the 21st century. Number 5 takes us to Portsmouth. Portsmouth is the kind of town where you can buy a massive brick home for under $80,000 and still have enough money left over to buy a boat. Located at the southern tip of Ohio, where the Scioto and Ohio rivers meet, Portsmouth is famous for its massive floodwall murals depicting local history. The cost of living here is laughably low, and the architecture features beautiful, historic properties that would cost millions on either coast. Here is the catch. Portsmouth was hit hard by the industrial decline and the early waves of the opioid epidemic. While the city is actively rebuilding and cleaning up its downtown, the job market leans heavily into healthcare and local government. Picture this. You walk along the riverfront, looking at massive, beautifully painted murals towering over you. The river breeze is warm, and the local antique shops are packed with treasures. It's a total hidden gem, as long as you don't mind double-checking your car locks when you visit the local convenience store. Comment River Life or Hard Pass below. Moving to number 4, we have Mansfield. You can buy a house in Mansfield for less than a year of parking fees in downtown Manhattan. Mansfield is a mid-sized city located right between Columbus and Cleveland. Its biggest claim to fame: the Ohio State Reformatory, the massive Gothic prison where The Shawshank Redemption was filmed. The town features a gorgeous historic carousel downtown and plenty of parks, but the winter weather here doesn't mess around. It is cold, gray, and snowy for months on end. Property crime can be annoying in certain zip codes, and the local economy is still transitioning out of heavy manufacturing. As one resident jokes, Mansfield is great. Get busy living or get busy fixing up a cheap 1920s craftsman home. Picture this: you're sitting on your front porch sipping coffee. In the distance, the stone towers of an old Gothic prison cut into the skyline. It's moody, it's cinematic, and your monthly housing payment is less than a casual dinner date. At number 3 is Youngstown. In Youngstown, you can buy a house for the price of a used Tesla battery, but your neighborhood watch might just be a very loud flock of local geese. Youngstown is the ultimate classic Rust Belt city. Once a roaring steel powerhouse, it became famous for its sharp economic decline and its legendary wild mid-century mob history. Today, it's a low-cost haven for artists, remote workers, and investors looking for dirt-cheap entry points. It features Mill Creek Park, which is easily one of the most stunning urban park systems in the country. The reality check here is that violent and property crime rates are higher than the national average in specific neighborhoods. You have to do your homework block by block before buying. A local online noted that Youngstown doesn't care about your feelings, but your mortgage will be $350 a month. Picture this: you look out the window of your fully paid off $70,000 home. Lush, green forest wraps around the edge of your street, completely hiding the abandoned steel frames of the city's past. It's gritty, resilient, and unapologetically real. Number 2 on our list is Sandusky. Sandusky is one of the only places in America where you can buy a house within biking distance of a world-class beach for under $130,000. Sitting right on the edge of Lake Erie, Sandusky is home to Cedar Point, the roller coaster capital of the world. During the summer, this town is an absolute paradise full of boats, tourists, live music, and lake breezes. The catch: Sandusky has 2 completely different personalities. From May to September, it's a booming resort town. From November to April, it turns into a frozen, windy ghost town where local businesses close up early, and the lake wind feels like a personal insult. One resident warns that Sandusky is amazing until January hits, and you realize the nearest open restaurant is a drive-through in a blizzard. Picture this: you step outside in July. The smell of lake water and funnel cake is in the air. Roller coasters twist into the blue sky across the bay. You own a home in a vacation paradise, and you paid less for it than most people spend on a kitchen remodel. And finally, coming in at number 1 is Marietta. Welcome to the oldest city in Ohio, and the ultimate hidden real estate loophole. Founded in 1788, Marietta sits at the confluence of the Ohio and Muskingum rivers. It looks exactly like a Hollywood movie set for a classic New England town, complete with brick streets, Victorian mansions, wrought iron lampposts, and historic sternwheelers floating on the water. Because it's tucked away in the southeastern corner of the state, it is completely isolated from major metropolitan hubs. There is no major airport nearby, the tech scene is non-existent, and the town runs at a distinctly slower pace. Why is it number 1? Unlike many cheap towns, Marietta has incredibly low crime, fantastic local schools, a thriving historic downtown, and a tight-knit community feel. It's cheap simply because modern homebuyers completely forget it exists. Picture this: you're walking down a cobblestone sidewalk under towering oak trees. The sun is setting over the river, throwing a golden glow over your historic wraparound front porch. The town is safe, beautiful, and completely untouched by modern big city stress. Could you handle living in a historic river paradise if it meant being far away from a major city? Drop an "I'm in" or "no thanks" in the comments below.